Sunday 10th September 2023. The day I chose to test my physical capabilities with a good challenge. This was to mark an important milestone on an interesting journey which had started way back in 2020. More than 1,000 people have so far shown their love and support for our content by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and I had made a promise to perform 1,000 push-ups when we get to 1,000 subscribers. Now is my time to deliver as promised. Enjoy. Push-ups are a fundamental body weight exercise that have been practiced for centuries and offer numerous benefits. They have a long history dating back to ancient India. They were initially known as dand and were part of a yoga practice called dandpat, which aimed to improve physical strength and overall health. Push-ups are a versatile exercise that can be adapted to various fitness levels and goals. They can be modified to target different muscle groups such as the chest, shoulders, triceps, and core, making them suitable for both beginners and advanced athletes. While push-ups are primarily associated with upper body strength, they also engage the core muscles. A proper push-up requires you to maintain a straight line from your head to your heels, which activates the abdominal muscles and helps improve core stability. One of the greatest advantages of push-ups is that they require no special equipment. You can perform them anywhere, whether it's at home, in a park, or even in a hotel room while traveling. Push-ups have long been a staple of military training programs worldwide. Many military organizations use push-ups as fitness tests, and soldiers often perform them as part of their daily routine to build strength and endurance. Push-ups not only improve physical strength, but also have mental health benefits. Regular exercise, including push-ups, release endorphins, which can help reduce stress and anxiety while improving mood and overall mental well-being. I am the firstborn in a family of 5. I was not into martial arts and fitness as a kid. I preferred hunting with my dog instead. The first time I learned how to do a proper push-up was in 2015 in our high school Taekwondo dojo. I was about 15 years old, tiny and weak. I was a soft boy who was afraid of almost everything, including punishments, the reason why I was among the most obedient students across my primary school life as well as high school. I avoided trouble simply because I couldn't handle chaos. It filled my heart when the teachers used me as an example to the other students. So small yet so disciplined. You should all strive to be like him, they would emphasize. Then I would go back smiling to myself as they clapped for me. Bruce Lee was a big name as I was growing up. People claim that he could beat an army of 100 military-aged men with one hand tied to his back and blindfolded at the same time. Others claim that he could do 1,000 push-ups non-stop with just his thumb and index finger touching the ground. Whether true or not, I believe them all. In my imagination, he was supposed to be a huge guy, packed with muscles all over. That was until I saw one of his shirtless pictures, and it completely blew my mind. I got curious. Day by day, my interest in martial arts increased. I would save up my pocket money from school, and when the holidays came, I would use it to access a local cyber cafe. I would then watch videos about Bruce Lee and martial arts for as long as the money that I had could allow. I found them to be so cool and interesting. I developed a burning desire for martial arts in no time. I often found myself fantasizing about being able to perform the amazing martial arts stunts and moves with phenomenal speed and precision, just like the other actors I watched. I would even punch the air with my tiny fists when no one was watching. Fortunately, some of my high school schoolmates had been training Taekwondo for quite a while. They were members of the school Taekwondo club. When I first visited the dojo, they were in the middle of a training session. Since it was my first time ever witnessing people training martial arts physically, I was told to just sit and watch. It was amazing to watch their kicks flying at the targets held onto them by the instructor. It was now very clear that I wanted to be a martial artist so bad. I was among the first to arrive at the dojo the following day. I was allowed to join the class with the others. I had a purple pair of trousers with white stripes on the sides and a white top. I stood in front of the line, and that became my sport from then onward. We will then do an intense warm-up, led by the instructor, who was often one of the senior students. One of the most common exercises that we did was push-ups. At first, I had problems doing even one in good form. I was getting tired faster than everyone else, and my punches and kicks were the weakest. It sucked. Surprisingly, never at any point did I ever think of quitting. In fact, my weakness was the fuel that kept me going every day. Whenever I was in the dojo, it felt like home. I was always looking forward to the next training session. With time, I also developed an interest in physical training. I wanted to be stronger. I utterly understood that with physical strength, flexibility, and martial arts skills, I would be an absolute beast. A beast like Bruce Lee or Scott Adkins, who was another martial arts legend that I had recently discovered. So, I made it my habit to do 50 push-ups every day before going to bed. After a few weeks, my tiny chest started responding positively. I felt stronger. Finally, the first positive change towards my bigger goal. During school functions such as parents visiting days or prize giving days, different clubs had the opportunity to give their respective presentations in front of the entire school. We as Taekwondo members were among them. It was during one of the prize-giving days that I had the opportunity to take part in a Taekwondo demonstration. As usual, I was at the front line. This time, I was wearing a proper Taekwondo attire with a blue belt. We were to first perform the forms, which entailed a sequence of kicking and punching movements. Next, we would kick targets held at us by the instructor. Finally, we were to perform some self-defense moves and techniques on each other, and this was my favorite part. This was supposed to be acted out in order to appear as real as possible. Standing in front of the entire school, I felt the eyes of all about 800 students plus parents and teachers, piercing through me. Since I was the smallest, I felt as if all the attention was on me. I could literally feel myself shaking. At that moment, I was caught in between remembering my moves and dealing with the tension that was building up so fast. I took a deep breath. I could see my father seated among the audience. He looked impressed already. I smiled internally. Chariot! The instructor shouted. We stood at attention in response, hands on our sides. Kinye! He yelled. We bowed uniformly to the audience and waited. At this point, there was pin-drop silence. I could hear myself breathing heavily as I maintained a straight face at the audience. Baro, the instructor went. Taekwondo, we responded as we stood at ease with our hands pointed down in front of us. We did the first form without any problem and managed to finish almost on the same spot we started. The instructor then held targets for us to kick. I had learnt a few kicks at the time, and I was supposed to do a simple roundhouse kick. It was soon my turn to kick. I gathered all my strength and put it behind the kick. The sound it produced boosted my confidence. I could hear the echo at the far end. My favorite part soon arrived. I was supposed to do an act as a passerby on an imaginary street. I was to carry a bag, and then two boys were to attack me and try taking the bag that I had. In response, I was supposed to take down both of them and walk away victoriously. Fortunately, all of us remembered our sequences. I successfully kicked the hell out of the two robbers and walked away like a boss. This excited the audience and they clapped as we walked off the stage. I was looking forward to the next demonstration already. My school experience became more interesting from that time onwards. Some of my schoolmates appreciated my move to join the Taekwondo club, while others mocked me every time they saw me. Go train for 10 years, then come fight me, they will tell me as they laughed about it. I will then smile and walk away as if nothing had happened. To me, they were just mere jokes. In fact, they gave me more drive to push harder through my training. Day by day, I became stronger and sharper. Training was meant to mold us into the best fighters possible. We sparred amongst ourselves to further sharpen our skills, as new techniques were passed on to us by the senior practitioners. I embraced each part of training with all my heart and soul. At this point, I wanted to learn how to do the splits. Every day, I will do thorough stretching for about 15 minutes after the training session. It was painful at first. I had never attempted doing splits before. I did not think that they would be difficult to learn either. So, after a month of thorough stretching, it seemed to me that I was not progressing from where I was for some time. This continued for about 2 more weeks. Then, I began seeing an improvement. I was finally able to do the left and right splits after about 2.5 months. And at the end of the 3rd month, I was able to do the full splits. That is the left, right, as well as the side splits. This was another big achievement towards my martial arts journey. From then onwards, I made it a habit to do splits every day after training. Little did I know that I had unlocked a massive potential, especially for my kicks. One thing I had been longing for was a tournament. We had not gone for one before, and I really wanted to see myself performing against new opponents in a competition. There were a few neighboring schools that practiced Taekwondo as well. So, the school organized a tournament. It was held at a local primary school on a Saturday, and 2 other high school teams were present. The primary school also offered Taekwondo training, so its members also took part in the tournament. The opening prayer was conducted before anything else. We then warmed up together as a team, and then draws were made. As we stood according to our respective teams waiting to be called, nervousness took the better part of me. Looking at members from other teams, they seemed experienced, prepared, and ready. On the other hand, I was still learning the rules. I felt my confidence dimming. My hopes of winning a single game were almost non-existent. was afraid, but I had to fight regardless. I couldn't afford to shy away from a moment I had been longing for so long. I remembered the small achievements I had made along the way. Slowly, my confidence grew. I began believing in myself. One rule I had been living by was to never give up, no matter what the circumstances were. So, I chose to be brave. I began creating kicking combinations in my mind. At this point, the matches had begun. I still didn't know who my opponent was, so I just waited as I did some stretching in an attempt to ease the tension. Finally, my name was mentioned. I confidently walked to the arena to meet my opponent. He was almost the same height as I was. I put on the headgear and the other one that covered my upper midsection. The referee then called us at the center and then started the match. For a few seconds, he didn't attack. Then he suddenly attacked with a lot of kicks, and I found myself being pushed outside the arena severally. His kicks were too fast for me. The 3 minutes of the match seemed like 15. I had never been beaten this much before. My opponent won that match tremendously. I can still remember the feeling I had after the thorough beating. Later on, I came to learn that my opponent was actually a primary school student. Life in high school was interesting. There was a time I participated in athletics competition and became last, but I finished the race. It was about 10 kilometers long around the field and tough. It seemed to me like the others were sprinting from the beginning of the race to the end. Some few friends of mine kept cheering for me whenever I passed near them. They were also impressed after I finished the race, even though I was the first from the bottom. After high school, I got my first mobile phone and joined Facebook. You should see the first picture I uploaded. I had never interacted with Facebook before. I explored and discovered a lot. I made friends I have never met to date, and of course, more martial arts content was recommended. I was staying at the coast for some time and I found a karate dojo nearby. That was the first time I started learning karate. The sensei was a built fella with a big heart but very strict on training. We soon became good friends, and even though the training was grueling, I couldn't wait for the next training session. My fellow students, though older than I was, were friendly and interesting. Training was conducted in the early mornings, and it didn't take long before I joined the university. I spent the first day in campus looking for a dojo. So many things were interesting. Everyone was friendly and respectful. I had been told that karate was among the sports offered, so I went around asking. Finally, I found the dojo after 3 days of searching. I was relieved. I could even start studying in peace. I joined the karate class almost immediately. I soon realized that there was a lot I needed to learn as well as unlearn. I knew a bit of kicking more than punching, and my teammates were impressed with my splits. I was given a white belt. I felt like a virgin. Contrary to my high school experience, tournaments were much more frequent here. I had hardly learned the basic commands when I participated in my first karate tournament. I remember that day precisely. I met a large community of karatekas from different karate styles, some of who became friends to date. Even though our sensei had taught us some moves and combinations for the tournament, I was nervous. These were new people I had never met or seen fighting before, so I didn't know what to expect, but I chose to be brave and be from the point of strength rather than weakness. My first match was interesting. I was paired with a dark guy who looked tough from the beginning. He looked at me in the eyes, and I fired back with the same viciousness. We started off slowly, with none of us wanting to attack first. I would raise my knee in a kicking position, and then wait for the perfect moment to attack. Although it never came, it kept my opponent away for most of the match time. One thing I liked about my team was its supportiveness. They relentlessly cheered for me from the beginning of my match to the end, even though I ended up losing. Since that day, almost all the opponents I met during tournaments became my friends thereafter. We went for holidays during my second year in campus, and I visited home. I found some few friends who were also interested in martial arts, and we started training together. We would meet at a common place every morning, and then I would lead them with the training. It was during this time that I met my old friend from primary school. He was a martial arts enthusiast as well. We became good friends from then henceforth. It was during that time that Titan Martial Club was born. We spread word to our friends and family members about our new YouTube channel as we figured out how to grow on the platform. Despite being far from each other, we still talked about the future of Titan Martial Club, among many other things. The 1,000 subscriber count we recently hit was a huge achievement for us. Personally, I am so grateful. We have bigger plans for all our viewers. Plans to provide as much value as we possibly can.
They don't know me, son! They don't know me, son! Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
This is the voice playing in my head right now. My muscles probably hate me right now, but I have to get there. No backing down. Never.
That's it, guys. 1,000 push-ups in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched till this point, remember to subscribe to our channel for more challenges like this. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.